Welcome, Peter Hogler. Tell me and our audience about how changing your perception can be helpful to you in a divorce.
Hello, Keith, and thank you for that question. Perception in life is everything because what you focus on, what you put out is what you create more of in return. So let me try and share this concept by relating a story. This just actually happened yesterday. I interacted with a young man compared to me, for a fair amount younger, and he'd recently been through divorce within the last year. And I hadn't seen him in a while. I asked him how everything was going, and he said, well, over the last year, things have gotten a lot better. He said, in fact, I read your book, Split Harmony, and it really made a difference.
Indeed.
I wanted to continue that conversation, but we didn't have time. It was a short interaction, and I certainly will. But one of the things I can surmise, I share 4 principles in my book, Split Harmony. But the first principle is forgiveness. And some of you might be thinking, well, forgiveness, well, heck, there's no way I'm forgiving the ex. And I understand that, the anger, the frustration, because you're probably thinking they're at fault. They're to blame for your divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the main person anger, regret, resentment hurts is you, the person in the mirror. Yet it also hurts your children, negatively impacts and can potentially cause emotional, psychological trauma in your kids because all that anger, regret, frustration, resentment is what comes out in your behavior. So when you can, first and foremost, forgive yourself, even for something small, but bigger for the overall role you've played. And the day you either asked your now ex to marry you or said yes, that was the day you started playing a role that led up to the day you got divorced. So my challenge for you is to think of at least one small thing that you can forgive yourself for. That's step 1. Step 2 is to think of at least one small thing you can forgive the ex for. And that completes the sort of the circle, if you will, of forgiveness. So you can start to let go and become more calm, balanced, centered, especially for the sake of your kids, because they're the innocent victims, but it will come back to help you as well. Keith, what do you think of forgiveness?
I like your suggestion of focusing on one small thing instead of the big thing, because I think sometimes focusing on the big thing may seem insurmountable. Focusing on one small thing, though, sounds very doable.
And I agree, Keith. And success begins with the small steps, or the most important steps.
Makes sense. I accept your call to action, even though I'm not getting a divorce. I'm not divorced. I intend to stay married. I will see, though, if I can forgive myself and my wife each for one thing this week. Thank you so much for this call to action, Peter. I accept.
Fantastic, Keith. And I look forward to hearing about the impact you're following through on that makes for the two of you. And for any of the rest of you too, feel free to come back and share the impact that you're following through on that call to action has made for you. We'll see everybody next week.
Thank you.
Thank you, Keith.